Good morning, health seekers. Today we're going to talk about the mental side of thinking about being healthy, now thinking about to getting on your way to becoming healthy, and when you're already there, thinking about how to stay healthy, okay? Mental side is maybe 90% of being healthy. What you're thinking about on a daily basis, how you're digesting that information inside your head, how it's coming out into your reality, this is very important. We're going to talk about that in this video, what you need to do on during every single day inside your mind, how you need to set yourself up for health, and how you might be setting yourself up for something other than health. And you might not even be realizing that, but sometimes your own thoughts are actually not letting you progress into becoming healthy, okay? You're thinking about bad things, or you're thinking about things that you can't do, or you're thinking about things that happened to you in the past, or might happen to you in the future, and there are stumbling blocks for you to become healthy. So we're going to talk about how to get rid of these stumbling blocks and how to propel forward into health. Have a good day and stay with me. Okay, health seekers, I am back. So I think this is a great time to start thinking about your health. Right now in fall, October is the perfect time. Not wait until December and at the end of the year, and then wait for January 1st to kick in your resolution, and I'm going to start being healthy in January 1st in 2017. No, let's not wait for that. Let's kick ourselves in the butt if we have to, and let's start thinking about our health and what we're going to do about it right now, and then be really ready for it in January 1st. So what are we thinking about? Yes, we're thinking about we want to possibly lose weight, we want to go to the gym, and we want to look good. But there are a bunch of things that a bunch of steps that we need to take before we get to that point. Some people, what happens is that January 1st, they run to the gym and they start working out 3-4 times a week, and that's actually damaging for them. They injure themselves within the first 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and then they're back again. They're back home again. They're not able to work out. There's a stumbling block for them. So what do we need to do? First, we need to take a look, and we need to start mentally thinking and visualizing. What is it that I want to do? Do I want to lose weight? Do I want to get stronger? Do I want to have more endurance? Do I want to just work out and have more fun? Do I want to work out to have energy? What are my goals? Let's take the first goal of being, do I want to lose weight? Now, first of all, you need to take a look at yourself and analyze yourself in a real objective way, actually, rather than subjective. What you want to do is you want to look at yourself and you want to see, am I in shape? Have I done any kind of physical activity or fitness in the past year or years or months? If the answer to that question is no, that you have not done anything active in the past years or month, then you need to realize that, and you need to know that it takes time to get into shape, just to start getting into shape. So the first 3 months of your beginning of getting into shape has to be very slow, very thought out, meticulously, for you to not to do harm for yourself and not to damage your body in any way. So let's start with thing number 1. What do we want to do first? Let's take a look at our diet. If we're eating healthy, if we're eating good, if we're eating the right foods during the day. Okay, so that's what we want to look at first. What are we really eating? Are we eating the vegetables? Are we eating the proteins? Are we eating the carbohydrates? Is our body ready to go into the gym? Do we have enough nutrients? Do we have enough vitamins? Are we intaking the vitamins and the minerals into our body? So when we start working out, when we start doing exercise, that our body will be able to sustain that. Do we have enough energy? So be realistic and take a look at your goals, okay? If you're eating maybe a lot of carbohydrates, at this point right now, you can go back and you can take a look at some of my videos. The recommendation is that you want to get your proteins, you want to get your vitamins through the healthy fats, through the healthy nut oils and nut fats, you know, through consuming less carbohydrates, consuming healthy carbohydrates, like quinoas and the buckwheats and some brown rices possibly, consuming the healthy grain breads, you know, getting rid of all of those white processed unbleached flour products. You know, we want to take a look at that. So those are the things that you need to start taking a look at. You know, first of all, are you ready to do that? You know, what kind of changes you need to make in your diet, okay, before you jump into the gym? Because what's happening overall is that if you haven't been exercising or you haven't been eating the good healthy foods, then most likely there's a lot of inflammation in your body, okay? Inflammation is the key factor for injuries. So what we want to do is we want to decrease the amount of inflammation in our body before we start going into the gym and we start exercising. So food is the number one factor. Fiber food decreases inflammation in your body. Healthy fats decrease inflammation in your body. Vegetables decrease inflammation in your body. So those are the things that we need to start thinking about, changing our diets to prepare ourselves to decrease the inflammation in our body. Healthy enzymes to help our digest our food, you know, those things will help to reduce the inflammation. Eating fish will help to reduce inflammation. Eating less red meat will help to reduce inflammation. So those are the things that detoxifying yourself with apple cider vinegar and honey will help to reduce inflammation, okay? You need to take a look at these things first, initially, before you do it. So now, after you've done that, and after you've, let's say, changed your diet for about a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and you feel already a little bit more energetic, you feel a little bit better, then, and only then, you should start some kind of a fitness program. And you don't want to have a fitness program that's where you jump in and you start doing too much right away, okay? You need to set yourself up for 2 days a week, okay? 2 days a week where you're just getting back into it. Even if you've been exercising before but you haven't done it in the last 6 months to a year, 2 times a week is enough in the beginning to kind of get you going. The problem is that the muscles, when we start exercising, our muscles respond very fast. Our muscles grow and hypertrophy very, very fast. There's a lot of muscle memory inside our muscles. But our ligaments and our tendons don't have the same muscle memory, and they don't respond as well. So what happens is that why do injuries happen is because people start doing things, they might feel strong because their muscles get hypertrophy pretty fast, so they're able to lift more weights, but the ligaments and the tendons are not ready to support that kind of weightlifting. They're not ready to support running 3-4 times a week. They're not ready to support running and cycling the next day and running the next day. They're not ready to support that kind of a pressure. Okay, so now we need to give the ligaments and the tendons give time to get back into the game, to get back into the activation game. You know, we want to activate them. We want to have them to grow a little bit strength tensile within themselves. So we want to have some time getting back into it. Twice a week with at least 1 day in between is what you want for the first 3 weeks until you start getting back into it. Then you can add a 3rd day. And please, very important, do not do the same thing in all of these 3 days. You can possibly do the same thing twice, but on the 3rd day do something else. Maybe if you ran on those 2 days, swim on the 3rd day. Maybe if you ran on those 2 days, do workout with weights on the 3rd day. If you worked out shoulders on the 1st day, back on the 2nd day, do legs on the 3rd day. You understand? Switch things up. Stimulate all of your body functions, okay? So you're getting used to it. So your shoulders are getting used to it, your ligaments are getting used to it, the ligaments in your hips are getting used to it, the ligaments in your knees are getting used to it. So every single body part, every single joint is getting used to it. Now, I would say that it takes about 3 months of doing 2 to 3 times a week just to get back into it. Take it slow. You don't need to rush yourself. Getting healthy, staying fit, losing weight is a lifetime thing where you're gonna be doing it for the rest of your lifetime if you want to be healthy and you want to be strong and you want to be doing all these things. If you think that you're just gonna go in for 1 month or 2 months and you're gonna lose all this weight and you're gonna feel better, you're fooling yourself, because that's just not the case. It's not gonna happen. It hasn't happened with anybody yet. You can lose a lot of weight fast with some kind of a diet, fad, or something like that, but the bottom line is that if you don't stay consistent with the proper food, the proper dieting, and the proper exercise program, you're not going to get anywhere. So the whole point is that let's get there slowly, and when you're there, you're gonna appreciate it so much better. Then you'll be able to progress much more faster after you've gotten into it at the slow pace. Okay, so now I want to dedicate in my next video some information on really what we want to think about, you know, when, and some of the things that we sabotage ourselves with, our thoughts that really don't help us in every day. Okay,